Hello, hello, we're back, we're back. On the road again. Got some shades. Got some sunglasses, I might be able to see now. Well, I won't be able to see because I can't put my glasses on underneath these. So basically, I'll drive blind and go with it. I think that's all I can do. Drive blind. At least the sunglasses stop the pain, which is a good thing. Stopping the pain. That was the main thing, is to stop the pain. But I can't see a thing. But since we're on the highway number 1 and we're going straight, I don't have to see the road signs because I can't read the signs at all. I shouldn't be telling people this, but it's true. So once again, we're on the Trans-Canada Highway 1, heading east. I've got another, I think, 4 hours or something. Yeah, about 3.5 hours to Regina. And then I've got another hour and a half to the ranch. But I've got to stop at the airport in Regina, pick up my car, drop this car off, and hopefully my car will start. We shall see. The skies have cleared up. I won't be able to tell anybody what I'm seeing because I can't see. Don't know why that guy would pull in so soon. No need for it. I want to see how close he is, actually. He's a lot closer to me than it appears. It's amazing how the phone stretches everything out. Here, let's see. Is about what I see. That's about where he is. I just had to zoom in a bit to adjust. Well, we got some clearing going on, some sunshine, a little bit of blue sky. And welcome to the flat earth of ours. I wonder what that was. Okay, that's all right. Right now we're sitting at minus 11 degrees and it's a bright sunshiny day. First thing this morning we were at minus 20. It is, oh, it's almost 2 o'clock already. Oh, I hope I make it back in time. I should do. Got to be at the Regina Airport for 6 o'clock to drop this car off. It's going to be touch and go. It's going to be a bit tricky. Enjoy the sunshine while it lasts. Might be in for some more snow here soon. Well, let's try and put my glasses on underneath these sunglasses because it is difficult to drive. Well, that kind of works. Kind of works, but my nose isn't big enough to hold the two pairs. But that's okay. What I would like on Hangouts is when it'd be nice if they showed who entered the room or not. Then you could at least address everybody by who they are. But Hangouts doesn't seem to do that. Well, I hope I get back to the airport on time. Hello, Leslie. How you doing? I've got some shades on. Hey, shades. Well, sometimes Hangouts on the phone, it'll show that, you know, you got maybe 1, 2, 3 people watching or something like that. You know, I guess if you're a popular channel, you'd have loads, but it doesn't show who's in a room. So you don't know who you're talking to until somebody types. Yeah, it helps. I've had to keep my glasses on underneath. But hey, I make these look good. There, we'll swap that around. As you can see, we're on a main highway here now. Yeah, I feel like I'm in Men in Black. But I'm glad I have them because it's definitely would have been no good. So I stopped, I had breakfast, I had a little rest, rested my eyes, and now I can see better. And hopefully I've only got another 4 hours or so to go on this part. Then once I switch cars, then I have another 1.5 hour drive. So we're down to about 5.5 hours now. So have you gone through all that, Keith? Yeah, I've been going. I left the hotel at 6:30 this morning, so I've been going. Oh God, Yeah, I've been going for hours and hours. So in total, by the time I get to where I'm going, it'll have been 12 hours. Aha, good idea. What do? Melt all the butter, reduce it, and then put it in, and then let the butter harden? Do you cook it right into the butter? Is that the butter for making brownies and cookies? Ah, I see. I see. And that all infuses into the butter, then you use the butter for cooking. Yeah, Keef would be really good for that. That should make some powerful chit. Oh, excellent. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make you some really brilliant black hash someday. I am an expert at that. I shouldn't tell people that, but it's true. Yeah, I can teach you the process sometime. Maybe I'll do a little live feed on it. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll show you the process. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow night. I shall do that. Yeah, I'll try and do that tomorrow night. I'll make a private one for you to see. And I'll send you it. Oh, cool. And maybe I'll show the process that I use for making honey oil. These are good things to know. Yeah, I know there's certain people that smoking it just doesn't work for them. I'm not one of them, fortunately. Ooh, Herbert, 1 mile, or 1 kilometer. I gotta get used to that still. Kilometers. As you can see, the skies have cleared up. It's quite blue now. And definitely like that house, that last house I looked at. I like the one before it too. Well, I just think it's cool that we have the ability to share this. It's not to everyone's liking, but hey. So Leslie, you're like my, well, you could be my only fan. Well, but you're my #1 fan anyway. Good, good. Well, I do lots of driving. This trip so far is just about 1,000 kilometers I've done. So what's that? That's 600 miles since I picked up the car. Well, sometimes it does. Sometimes amazing things happen. But like I say, I just don't want to see any flying cars. We know how that goes. The coyotes in the snow the other day was quite interesting. Yeah, I like that. I like seeing the wildlife when it happens. Oh, awesome. I love seeing the deer. I just don't like seeing them in front of my car. Oh, no, Leslie's not on her own. I'm here. How you doing? Leslie's here kindly talking to me, keeping me company while I drive the province of Saskatchewan. And how are you doing? How's the hippie? I like the name, One Hippie. Oh, there you go. Look at that. There's a rig flipped over on its side right there. Not good. Not good. Oh, man. We were just talking about flying cars, but that looked like a flying truck. That was a flying semi. Well, that's a really cool image of the eye. I don't know what happened, but that truck was facing completely the wrong way on the other side of the road. So it couldn't have been very good. It probably went over last night because it was pretty bad last night. I see, I see. I see one hippie. That's a great interpretation of it. I like it. It's much better than the all-seeing eye. Well, that's what we all have to do, is we have to keep looking into the world. Because the world is not as it seems. At least in my honest opinion. Yep, obviously. I wouldn't think that you would come looking at conspiracy and flat earth and everything with an eye. Because obviously you know the symbology. So I like the personal interpretation much better. So whereabouts you from, hippie? Well said. Yeah. Flat Earth was definitely an inevitable result. It had to come around. Once you start looking into all the lies. I remember when I started looking into Columbine and realizing the fakery involved there, but nobody goes back to that one. And I don't know why. That was like one of the starting moments. I mean, when I started my channel about, I think it was almost 2 years ago. When I started my channel, I was just looking at conspiracy, and my very first video I made, it had Hillary Clinton there saying about breaking the glass ceiling. And I was not, and my name, Flat Truth, I never meant it to be anything about Flat Earth. Flat Truth, I put the name Flat Truth just because, you know, flat truth. It's the flat out truth. It was nothing to do with Flat Earth. So it's almost like it was predestined to come up into my life. So that's why I say inevitable. No, I know, Leslie. It's a weird one, because that was one of the big stages. You know, that was a big staging. I think that was their practice run to see how people would react. See, before I started my channel, I did so much work on 9/11. And I thought, no, I don't want to ever start a YouTube channel. And then just one day, I started putting together some videos. And that's what led me to where I am now. Absolutely. You know, they've indoctrinated us all so much. But they're not prepared for what's happening. And like I keep saying to everybody, they want to start another world war. They want to put us all back into a state of fear. They want to put us into a subconscious state where we're not waking up. And that's what they do. And that's why it's cyclic like it is. But they're not having any success right now. They're finding it very difficult to get people to back them up on it. And that is a good thing. Waking up is exponential. I remember all the trouble I took and all the flack I took when I was doing 9/11 right from the second day. I started writing articles and doing everything on 9/11. But I didn't go into all the bullshit that they tried to do. I just stuck to the one fact because I'm a builder and I know how buildings work and how buildings are constructed, that there's no way those towers could have come down like they did. And that's the only fact I stick to. That is a fact. Everything else is conjecture. How they did it, what they did, everything like that. But the fact is, those buildings could not come down like that. Awesome. Thanks for that, hippie. I will take a look when I get back to the ranch. I love looking at the work everyone does and all the work everyone puts into it. Yep. Yeah, 9/11 made everything clear, actually. I think it kind of backfired on them. I think it backfired. It got them into the war, but in the end, I think it's backfired. But what it did allow them to do is bring in a whole bunch of laws in the United States under the guise of protecting the people. So I think it achieved, for the most part, what they wanted it to achieve. That's exactly what it did, Shrugan. It shut you guys' country down, and that's a shame. But there's one thing you guys can do, Americans. I'm saying this to all you Americans. Wake the fuck up. Because you guys have built into your Constitution the right to take out your government. So take them out. Take them out. Because they're going to eat away at that, and you're not going to have that opportunity. So take them out, guys. It's up to you guys. Yeah, I know. We have that problem everywhere. I call them 9-to-5ers, Shrugan. The 9-to-5ers are locked in their own little bubble world. And if they think their little bubble is safe, then they don't do anything. Well, obviously, hippie, you know exactly what the word government means and where the root word come from. Govern is a Latin word for control. Ment, as in mentis, is a Latin word for mind. So it's written right into the word government, to control mind, or otherwise, mind control. Yeah, right in your face, strangely enough. It's right in all of our faces. If we look at the words and we look at where the words come from and the root of the word, it changes everything. Did you know that the word police adds to 33? In gematria, did you know the word ambulance adds to 33 in gematria? The word teacher adds to 33 in gematria. I'll bet, I don't know this, I'm going to take a stab in the dark, but I bet doctor and lawyer. Maybe someone can check that out. I haven't. But I'm going to guess that doctor and lawyer both add up to 33 too. If I wasn't driving, I'd Google it. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me either. Oh, this should be interesting. I'm supposed to have the car back by 6 o'clock tonight, and I still have hours to go. And by the time I drop the car off, that'll be 12 hours of driving. I'm driving in central Canada on highway number 1 heading through Saskatchewan. Hurry up, Shrugan. Roll me one. Damn it, I need one. No smoking in the rental car. I'm such an honest person. No, I just don't have any, otherwise I would. I don't like smoking when I'm driving. You know, I don't like giving the police any reason to pull me over. Way to go, hippie. I'm so surprised that, you know, someone with the name hippie smokes weed. It's priceless. Yeah, it's not so easy here. Even though it's going to start to become legal, it's still not, oh, it's just crazy. Yeah, it is. Well, that's what we were discussing earlier here. Because even though they're going to try and legalize it and everything, it's all about control. Once again, the government's getting their hands in it, and they're going to control everything. So once again, it's all messed up. And I said earlier I would play music on this journey just to make it more enjoyable, but YouTube, last time I played the radio, they banned my video because, get this, I was playing Rockin' in the Free World on the radio, and I got copyrighted on that one. Rockin' in the Free World. The irony. The irony. But yeah, if I wanted to sing it, which I wouldn't do because it would hurt everybody and everyone would vacate my channel, it would be okay, I guess. Ah, I couldn't agree more. I swear it's all predictive programming. They prepare us years and years and years in advance to exactly think the way we're going to think. And they know. They've been doing this for thousands of years. These people aren't stupid. And that's what a lot of people don't realize. These guys have been doing this for a hell of a long time. They're good at it. And they know that all they have to do is program the masses over the few. Yep. Yeah, I'm writing my own book too. But when you're out there writing your own book, it can be quite lonely sometimes, mate. And I think the problem is in flat Earth right now is there's so many people trying to what is it? There's communities out there trying to do the same thing, and do predictive programming and trying to lead people down a road of how the Earth is. So once again, we're being duped. They're trying to control and shape our reality again. I mean, just read George Orwell's book, 1984. He states it. That doesn't make a difference if the world's round or flat. You know, because the controllers will control what we see and think anyway. And it's like some of the footage of the wars and stuff you see on television now. It's like, no, they're bullshitting. They're staging it all. You can watch them. The news is just one big entertainment body. Well, that is the truth because, like I just said earlier, Leslie, it's about being in your own safe little bubble. As long as your own little bubble's safe, you feel that nothing outside that bubble matters. So when you go in and you try to explain to people or show them or guide them out of their bubble, they really fight against it. Well said, hippie. The more resistance you encounter, the more correct you are, definitely. Oh, that's kind of a odd thing too. When I was sitting at the restaurant there having my breakfast, I just spoke to my oldest sister, who I haven't seen in 20 years. And I said to her, you know, I don't know anybody in the family. I'm the youngest of 9 kids. And I told her, you know, I'm the youngest and I don't know any of you. Everyone in my family is a stranger to me. They don't like the way I think. I had 2 eggs, sunny side up, hash browns, bacon, and toast. A true Canadian breakfast. I had 15 years in England eating nothing but beans. They don't do hash browns over in England. No hash browns at all. They do beans. Fucking beans for breakfast. Excuse the language. And black pudding. Yes, beans. Beans. As in, you know, yeah, regular just beans. Beans and black pudding. Oh my God, it's horrible. Sorry about that. We lose connection here and there in these dips. Like I say, I swear cell phone waves travel in a straight line. Because as soon as you get in a dip, that's it. I'm getting lots of experience on the way that the cell phone waves work. I'm getting to the point now when I can, if I've been in an area a while, I can tell you exactly when I'm going to lose signal and everything. You know, when I'm driving near my place. I can actually prepare for it. As you know, Leslie, I'll tell you when I'm going to lose signal when I'm around there. Yeah, they're really bland. Oh yeah, that's another thing. In the UK, spice is like unheard of. You know, and England used to be one of the biggest shippers of spice. Yeah. Oh, sorry to hear that, hippie. I'm the same. Leslie's the same. Um, it seems like many people in the flat Earth community are the same. We've had to come to the point where we abandon our families, and it's a shame. And it's not done on purpose. It just happens. When people wake up, it's one of the most difficult things. It's can be a very lonely place, and it's a shame because they're 9-to-5ers. So it looks like by the time I finish my drive today, it'll have been 14 hours of driving, which isn't too bad. They can't. I thought Maine would be a good place to eat. Yeah, yeah, hippie. That's what it feels like sometimes, doesn't it? It feels like you get systematically banned, and yeah, it's just very strange. It's a lot worse when you're in heavy traffic. It's a lot more tiring, that's for sure. I drove from Vancouver, Canada to Fort Wayne, Illinois, 37-hour drive straight. And I took maybe 2, 3, 20-minute stops all the way. That was, well, insanity. And then I was in Arizona, and my appendix gave out on me. And being Canadian, I didn't want to go to the hospital in America because I knew it would have just, well, that would have killed me because I'd still be in debt to this day for my hospital bills. I drove from Arizona up to Toronto, well, close to a place called Brandon, Ontario, so that I could get into a Canadian hospital. Just about killed me. And I got to Brandon, Ontario, and then went to the hospital, and then 4 hours later, I woke up after having my appendix out. Absolutely, hippie. That's exactly what it means, and that's why they try to force school down people's throats. Um, I'm luckier to be here than you ever think. And I think that's also, Leslie, why I have no fear. Because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? What is the worst thing that's going to happen to somebody? You're going to die. And in all honesty, I don't know. What is that saying? There's nothing to fear except fear itself, or so we just don't live in fear. Nothing to fear. Ever. Ever. Yes, there's scary shit that happens, but don't be afraid of it. Face it. Confront it. Look at earlier today, the situation I was in. I mean, that was actually quite critical, and I was a little bit nervous. I didn't sound nervous, but I was. To run out of gas in the middle of nowhere at 20 below is not a good thing. I like that one, hippie. I like that one. I'm going to steal that. Officially, right now, I just stole that one. Because it's very true. Absolutely. You know that saying where that says the truth hurts? I don't think the truth hurts. I think what hurts is the fact that you've been caught in a lie. Cleaning your house out of fear. Fear of the ghost bunnies, or the dust bunnies as they say. I'm afraid of dust bunnies. You guys. If I get this house, Leslie, guess what? There's not going to be a single TV in that house. Hey, love the cats. Love the cats. Okay, what do we got here? We got Moose Jaw, 38. Okay. So we're about 15 minutes out of Moose Jaw. So that's good. I think it's about an hour and a half. So I got 2 hours. 3 o'clock. Oh, that puts me at the airport on time. Ah. Well, I got lots of room on the farm for them, but be a little difficult in getting them here, I'm sure, Hippie. Yeah, it's like I said to you last night, I couldn't even watch the TV for more than 15, 20 minutes last night. Had to turn it off. First time I seen TV in ages in the hotel room. Yeah, that's what they're good for. They're great for monitors. Yeah. Yeah, but I bet you don't find yourself watching too many programs. When I get my stuff sent over from England, then I'll set up my computer. And I've got a few videos in the making. I got one on gang stalking I'm still working on, which is becoming quite in-depth. And then I'll be doing a bunch more on television. I miss doing my videos. I just don't have the equipment right now to be doing it. I've had to switch to the live feed like this. And I'm just thankful I can do that. Perfect. Perfect, Hippie. Yeah, I must say 9/11 was definitely a big trigger for me. It was a big trigger. 9/11's done a lot because you see people who are still believing the official story, and you just shake your head and you go, oh, I just shake my head and go, you're such a 9-to-5-er. Well, when you pointed that out to me, Leslie, I didn't understand it. I'll be honest, I didn't understand, you know, and at first I looked at it with a modicum of skepticism, you know, but I do tend to go and research everything. So once I started researching it and started to understand it, I can see how it happens. Well, I believe you. And a lot of people don't believe it. Yeah, it's spirit. Spirit. That's a you know spirit's a good word for a lot of it because there's demon spirits, there's good spirits, there's evil spirits. You know, spirit has a lot. You know, and I think demons are. I think a lot of times the people who are doing the stalking have no idea they're stalking. They don't realize it. And you look into their eyes when they're confronted, and they look vacant and void and empty. It's quite amazing. That's what I've been looking at. Because I've been watching some people confront people when they think they're being stalked. Some of them are just, are over the top. And they make mistakes, which isn't like anything. You can make mistakes. We're all human. But some people, when they confront a person and you look in that person's eyes, you know that there's something not right. Yeah. Yeah, it is like the breath of life. See, I call it, when I was a young kid, many, 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 many moons ago, I came up with a theory, and I don't know why I did. I came up with what I call the bleep theory. Now, the bleep theory, I believe, because in essence, we all have a spirit. There's a spirit within us, and I think the body is just a shell. And at any point in anyone's life, that shell can be occupied by some other spirit. And if a dominant spirit occupies that shell, it takes over for a while. And it happens. I swear it happens. And in the bleep theory, you just boost. It's body jumping. I figure as a spirit, you can occupy any space at any given time. And it's like angels, you know? Time and space don't exist in that fashion. Like to a spirit, just time and space doesn't exist. So it's very easy for a spirit to occupy any given place at any given time, anywhere. Anywhere. These are just my own personal opinions. I don't say that they're true or not. They're just ways I think. Nope. Nobody sees, so we don't know. I could not agree more. I could not agree more, Leslie. That's why they promote drinking so much. That's why they don't promote marijuana smoking. Marijuana smoking opens your eyes, whereas drinking opens your mind, which means it can be occupied. That's exactly what I was just saying there, hippie. Drinking opens your mind, so that allows them in. It allows them in. And that's another thing I call everybody vampires. I call it vampires. Vampirism runs rampant in the world because vampires feed on your energy. You know, these are vampires, and they need to be invited in. A vampire can't just come into your body, your temple, your soul. They can't just come in. They have to be invited in. And when you're drunk and weak, you invite them in. It's just like you said, hippie. It's like opening the door. You're opening the welcoming mat. Yeah, same here. I don't drink. I haven't drank in, oh God. I stopped drinking when I was about 21. So I haven't drank in over 34 years. But I smoke a hell of a lot of marijuana, and I'm called crazy. My whole family drinks, except my one brother. So maybe that's part of the situation. My father was a Freemason alcoholic. That's why all these clubs, they promote large amounts of drinking. No, he couldn't afford anything like that, or I'm sure he would have. We had many, many disagreements, me and my father. He's ex-military. Yeah. All in all, he was a decent man, but lost. Lost because of the club. Once you get sucked into the club, it's really hard to get out of. It is the mafia. You sign your life away to the club. Certainly do. They don't like anybody to get out of the club. That's interesting. Clocks are always a big thing to Freemasons. Clocks and watches. Well, it's kind of like gang mentality. You get into the gang and you think that's your family. But really, the gang doesn't give a shit about you. Yeah, you sell your soul to get in. You sell your soul to get into the club. That's because they need 5 minutes of messages beforehand. Yay, we're coming into the big city of Moose Jaw. $15.07. Welcome to the city of Moose Jaw. Well, we won't stop in. Got a schedule to keep. I've got at least another 3 more hours of driving in total. Okay, off to our right is the big city of Moose Jaw. Give you guys a slight view of that, which is nothing. There's nothing here in Moose Jaw. Yeah, very flat. I got a phone call I got to take. I'm going to shut off and I'll be back in a bit.